Come with us now as we take you on a journey from the heart of New South Wales through the Hunter Valley to the beautiful beaches of the Central Coast.
Over 4 episodes, we'll be exploring the iconic and rugged landscapes on offer from Dubbo to Nelson Bay and all the other surprises in between.
So pack your bags and climb on board with us as we take you on the ultimate bush to beach adventure.
It's time to see this land of wonder. It's time to go and see what's up down under. What's up down under.
G'day and welcome to the show. This is our 4th and final episode from our journey from Dubbo through to Nelson Bay.
And it's all been brought to you thanks to our good mates at Galaxy Caravans, Lotus Caravans, and of course G&S Chassis.
This is going to be a fantastic show, so buckle up and join us as we show you
What's up down under. Picking up from where we left off last week, we find ourselves in the iconic New South Wales beachside city of Newcastle at the beautiful Stockton Beach Holiday Park. But before we get on the road to our final destination of the trip, we're going to take one last look around Newcastle in a very unique way. Well, we've had a bit of a poke around Newcastle, but figure the best way to find everything that's really exciting is to find a local tour operator who knows all the best spots, and we just discovered one with a bit of a twist.
That's right, Macca. We've arrived at Newcastle's famous tram tours, and our driver Chris is going to show us some of the highlights of this city.
All aboard!
Oh, the famous Newcastle tram tour was a really great trip. It was just over an hour and we got to see some of the real highlights of what Newcastle has to offer. One thing that really stood out to me, which I loved in particular, and I could have spent a long time there, was the Anzac Memorial Walk that they'd installed just a couple of years ago.
The Anzac Memorial Walk is one of the attractions that we've come to today. Now, it was built about 5 years ago, and it's as a memorial to all the service people from the Hunter region that went to World War I specifically. What's really touching about it is that they've got all the names of the people from this area that went to World War I stamped into these walls, and you can see where the families must come and show their friends or the children, and so you can see the families that are still in the area because the names are actually quite marked from people rubbing it. And people are coming and putting little memorials to their grandfathers or their great-grandfathers, in this case with photocopies of letters he'd sent home to his wife and his pay slips and everything. It's a must-see when you come down here, that's for sure. Highly recommended. Get on the tram. Even though it's not a real tram, it's a bus that looks like a tram, but it's a cool experience.
What a great way to see this wonderful city, and we went to some nooks and crannies that I never knew existed.
Absolutely, highly recommended. Next time you're here, make sure you do it. Now, speaking of in Newcastle, we're about to not be in Newcastle because we are off to Nelson Bay, so we better get back to the park and get ourselves organised. We're about to hit the road from Newcastle to Nelson Bay, and I thought I'd catch up with Mark and just get some more information on the chassis. Mark, what's the most common question you get from people out there that use your chassis?
What do I do if I've got a chip or a scratch in my paint? That's probably the most commonly asked question.
And what do they do?
It's not too difficult. You can do it yourself. Grab a wire brush, a bit of sandpaper, clean up the affected area, and then touch it up with a bit of silver gel or high zinc content anti-rust paint. And if you really want to get the paint matched up, give us a call. We'll help you out with a can of aluminium paint, aluminium enamel, or head off to your local hardware store and try and match it up yourself.
It's really only an aesthetic problem, but isn't it? It's not really affecting the structural integrity of the chassis.
That's right, Macca. The steel has a coating on it already that protects it from really rusting badly.
Nice. Simple as that. Just under an hour north of Newcastle, we rolled into the stunningly beautiful region of Nelson Bay for what would be our final stop of the trip. And a great place to stay in this fantastic part of the world is the Shoal Bay Holiday Park. We've just turned up here in Nelson Bay and based ourselves here at the Shoal Bay Holiday Park, and what a top spot to put yourself while you explore the region. It's got everything you're going to need. You've got your powered sites, unpowered sites, cabin, kids play areas. The beach is literally just there, but I'm going to head off, hit town and see what I can find to explore.
Just a couple of k's down the road from Nelson Bay is the Irukandji Shark and Ray encounter.
The word encounter makes the mind boggle. Let's go inside and see what they've got in store for us. Brian, shark and ray encounter. Can you define the word encounter for me?
What we try to do here is we're taking people to meet these amazing creatures, to show a different light around sharks and rays. A lot of times we're afraid of them, but in reality these are the most amazing creatures on Earth, and we hope to develop a connection with them, so we take you to actually meet them.
The Irukandji shark and ray encounter, wow. Let me say first off, you know, like there's aquariums and there's aquariums, but this is quite a different experience because it gives you the opportunity to get up in the water, get up close and personal, patting the rays, patting the fish, feeding them by hand, and I've never done anything like that in my life. Well, Macca, we're upping the ante now. We started off with the little kids, now we're in with the big boys.
A bit like the town pool, you know, you've got the shallow and the deep end. I think we're working our way up to the deep end.
This is much more serious in here. You can tell there's the depth of the water.
The bit that unnerves me is not the sharks and the stingrays, it's Tanya grabbing me every time a shark grabs her. It's like if I'm going, you're coming too. And I think the most fun part of it is to hang the food all around Tanya while she's talking to you, and she has no idea that all the sharks are coming.
So these sharks like tropical waters, so you can find them up around the Great Barrier Reef and throughout the warmer waters of the world. And they do also like fairly shallow waters, so they can be seen in waters as shallow as 70 centimetres, which is actually shallower than the water you're standing in. So if you were, say, in a pig wetsuit, they're not going to mistake you for a seal. There's a pretty clear difference there.
I'm going straight out and buying a pink wetsuit. I don't know where else you could go. Hop in the tank with the rays and sharks, and all of a sudden there's these rays, and I'm talking big rays, flapping their wings in the air and slapping Mark in the face. You know,
We'll just do one sub touch just to get to know you. You know, don't want to do it too soon. All right.
just spent a couple of weeks with the guy. We all got pretty close on the road, and there he is, getting a belting from a ray. I just found myself having a little chuckle on the inside that ended up on the outside. I couldn't help it. Well, there you go. Now we know what a shark and ray encounter is.
Well, from one encounter to the next, we're about to hit the beach and go on a four-wheel drive tag-along tour. So why don't you come along?
Coming up after the break, we take to the sandy dunes of Nelson Bay on a very special tour.
What's up down under?
This episode of What's Up Down Under is brought to you by Galaxy Caravans. Get online at galaxycaravans.com.au and check out their great range of vans on offer. Well, it would be remiss of us to do an off-road journey ending up in Nelson Bay, the home of some of the most beautiful beaches in Australia, and not get out and explore them.
That's why we've hooked up with Bruce from Four Wheel Drive Tag-Along Tours to show us all around this area.
Bruce, what are we going to see today, mate?
We're going to take you down to a beautiful little bay. First up, Tomaree National Park. Little area least explored down here. And then over the top of the sand dunes for some ups and downs.
Do we need to do anything before we actually hit the sand, like with our cars or in preparation?
Yeah, as soon as you've got to air down first up, and we'll let you know what to do from there. It changes every day. They are mobile sand dunes. I'm just going to make it up as we go along, and we'll hope for the best.
Excellent work. Let's do this. It's really good to rock up in a local area and explore it with a local. And Bruce and Nicole, locals, they knew all the tricks, all the bits, every tree, every rock, every secret little bay. And didn't they take us to a couple of secret spots that were absolutely magnificent?
They took us first off to this little bay, and it was just spectacular. There was Little Rock, Big Rock and 1 Mile Beach that you could enjoy the vista of.
What a top spot. Great view. And again, like a lot of places in Australia, you get to have it all to yourself, don't you? And then to get up on the dunes, you know, like as a long-term four-wheel driver, we have to run with gut feelings when we get places. You have to say, how much air should I let out of my tyres? I'm not sure how soft the sand is. I don't know what the terrain's like. To have that local there with you to say, hey, just drop them to 18 here. This is what you should do there. Just takes a lot of the time-consuming part of setting yourself up to explore an area, and well worth the trip.
Poor old Sal from G&S Chassis's got bogged at one stage, and we were about to go down this massive sand dune, and I thought, I'm out of here. I'm going to get in with Nicole, who's had all this experience, and my nerves were more settled with her in the car behind the wheel.
This is the bit we're talking about. Drops probably 40 metres down, virtually 60 degrees. There we go.
I can't think of a better way to end a day in Nelson Bay than what we've done just now. I'm going to head back to the park. While I'm doing that, why don't you guys check this out? There's always something to find out there on the bitumen, but they reckon all the gold is found in the dirt. And if you want to strike gold, I would recommend that you get yourself into a groundbreaker from Legend Caravans. Now, these guys have been making off-road caravans for years and years, and they are all over it. Let's go and check out the groundbreaker and see what you reckon. The groundbreaker comes all tooled up with all the off-road accessories, and it sits on top of a G&S chassis. So it's going to follow you to your patch of gold, and when you get there, you can be completely self-sufficient in a level of luxury and comfort you can only dream of. If you're wondering what some of the features are that come standard on the groundbreaker, you're looking at composite alloy panels, full stone guard on A-frame with mud flaps, Euro-style door, large skylight hatches with LED lights, double glazed Dometic windows, picnic table with an LED light, pull-out barbecue. You've got 2 freshwater tanks and 1 grey water tank, so you can stop at all the spots on the side of the road without hurting the environment. So all in all, it's got more features than you could poke a stick at. No matter how hardcore the outside environment you choose to park in, the levels of comfort in here will mean that you do not have to rough it one bit. It's like a 4-star hotel. You've got a queen-size bed, full ensuite, complete kitchen, and all the area you could want to lounge around and relax. The whole thing is built on the G&S chassis, and the aluminium frame gives you the choice of either having more payload or putting more bells and whistles in if you want any more comfort. The luxuries inside include a leather lounge, hydraulic adjustable table, premium laminate bench tops. It comes with an Ibis 3 air conditioner, a Dometic 190 litre fridge, Wi-Fi ready, front load washing machine, Red Arc 30 amp battery charger, a full entertainment system that you can use inside and outside, and loads more features to keep you comfortable when you're on or off the road. Well, if you like the groundbreaker, or you want to see any more information on any of the other caravans in the Legend Caravan range, just check out their website, legendcaravans.com.au. Coming up after the break, Tanya and I whip up a brand new camp cooking classic.
What's up, down under?
This episode of What's Up Down Under is brought to you by our mates at G&S Chassis. To find out more, head to gnschassis.com.au and make sure you buy a caravan with a G&S chassis.
What's Up Down Under have teamed up with the Caravan Industry Association of Victoria, Go Make Some Memories and New Age Caravans to help you get your gecko on. New Age Caravans are giving you the chance to win a brand new gecko caravan valued at over $50,000. The gecko from New Age has a lightweight and compact design, which means you can still enjoy all the comforts on the road without taking up too much space. The gecko features the tough Elco Enduro suspension, external speakers, 15-inch alloy wheels and plenty more so that you can travel in comfort anywhere. Win the caravan, and our mates at Camac are also giving away a $1,000 gift voucher. There are also plenty of monthly prizes to be won, including 6 $500 Camac vouchers and 6 Family Parks vouchers valued at over $150 each. You can enter every day of the competition, and all you have to do is log on to whatsupdownunder.com.au. Click on our competitions page and follow the prompts. So, get your New Age gecko on and go make some memories. Enter now.
Well, the end of the day is approaching and it's time to think about some dinner. Tanya has a plan and I don't know what it is yet.
We're going to have fish tacos tonight for dinner.
Olé, fish tacos! What have I got to do? You tell me what to do and I'll just do it.
Can you cook the fish?
I can do that, no worries at all.
Right, a little bit of the chitin olive oil and skin side down
Okie
first.
dokie, yep.
Okay, so that'll take a couple of minutes, but in the meantime, what I've chopped up prior to joining you this afternoon is some avocado, some tomatoes, some capsicum for a little bit of extra crunch, and some sugarloaf cabbage. And this is some chili, sweet chili and lime dressing. And of course some coriander, which I love. Really, really beautiful.
So what are you going to do? Have you got to cut that up already?
Yeah, I'm going to chop this up a little bit, nice and fine. And then all you've got to do is brown these little fish, these tacos. Wait till they're a little bit bubbly. Don't overcook them because then they get too much crunch, so you want to be able to fold them still. So I reckon the fish is ready to turn.
Give them a bit of a flip over. You reckon that skin's going to be... Oh, look at that.
Listen to that. Good.
I reckon that second side's not going to take long at all. No. Do we need to cut it up?
Yeah,
when it comes out?
Yeah, so we'll let it rest for a few minutes and then we'll just cut it up, slice it up, And while we're slicing it up, we can cook the tortilla, and then we're ready to get stuck into it.
Well, I reckon this salmon is about done.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. Do you want to just
call it?
put it on the plate, and then we can just let it rest for a couple of minutes. The next thing we do is put just a little bit of butter in the pan, and we'll put in the tortilla, let that cook away till it just starts to crisp up a little bit.
So how much butter do I put? About that much?
Stuff. Yep.
Pop her in?
Yeah.
Just like that. So how long do I leave that for?
Just till it starts to bubble a little bit and get a bit crispy. But tell me, Macca, we're at the end of this fantastic journey. We started in Dubbo and we've ended up here in Nelson Bay, beautiful part of the country. But gee, it's been a fun trip.
Oh, it's been great. I mean, the places we've gone, and as always, the people you meet and the people you see along the way. But this time also the people we've travelled with, you know, with Mark and Sal from G&S coming along with us for the trip, testing out their gear and showing us all about it. It's been really interesting, and a couple of really good guys to travel with. I mean, their passion for their product and their business runs out of their ears. It's absolutely amazing. And, you know, and a chassis is a part of a caravan that people don't sort of look at, but it is the basis of a good caravan. If you don't have a good chassis under there, a good foundation, you're never going to have a good caravan for long, and these guys are so passionate about it.
Yeah, I'm just going to cut a little bit of the fish.
Okie dokie.
Getting ready to assemble the taco. So a little bit of the salmon, a little bit of the sugarloaf, crunchy capsicum, some tomato, and avocado. Love avocado. A little bit of jalapeno and a bit of coriander.
Ooh, I'll tell you what, it's colourful, isn't it?
And a bit of chili lime dressing. Ah, yum, look at that. How good does that look? Wrap it up like this. Oh, look at that, Macca. Look at that. Bon appetiti.
Bon appetiti. You give that a go. I tell you what, why don't you lot give it a go as well? It's dead simple. Good idea. Easy meal, colourful. Yummo. Coming up after the break, we finish our bush to beach adventure in a truly special way.
What's up, down under?
This episode of What's Up Down Under is proudly brought to you by our great mates at Lotus Caravans. To find out all about their extensive range of great caravans, just head to lotuscaravans.com.au.
There are many caravan brands that are built on a G&S chassis, and G&S chassis want to support caravanners with a chance to win $5,000 or $5,000 off your next caravan purchase with a participating manufacturer. So, for information on how to enter and get 100 bonus entries, go to whatsupdownunder.com.au and click on our competitions page. Request the best with G&S. Fishing with your mates is what makes fishing great, and our mates over at Rigmaster Tackle are giving you the chance to win a fishing simulator valued at $2,500. And to enter, all you have to do is log on to whatsupdownunder.com.au/competitions and follow the prompts. Thinking about selling your caravan? Log on to Caravan Camping Classifieds. With a fixed price of only $25 per listing and thousands of visits to the site each year, you're bound to say goodbye to your old van quicker than you think. There's great tips and hints, and it's a no-fuss way of selling your van, and you may even find your new van on Caravan Camping Classifieds.
We started off in the bush and we've ended up at the beach. And in fact, this morning we're on a very special tourist operation that's going to take us out into the ocean to get in touch with some really special marine life.
Yep, we're going to hit the water, and I'm going to catch up with Andrew now, who runs the operation, and find out exactly what we're going to see and do. Andrew's the man who's in charge here today. He's got a lot of knowledge on dolphins and how to get out and find them and have a look at them, mate. What are we going to see today?
Well, we're hoping to see the short-beaked Pacific common dolphin, mate. They're abundant out here this time of year. We should see them in Providence Bay in numbers, we hope.
So what inspired you to get people out here and get them up close and personal with the dolphins?
I don't know. I just woke up one day with a dream, and I've been following it ever since, and this is what's come of it. Yeah, the first dolphin swim of its kind in the world.
That's amazing, mate. So nowhere in the world can you do what we're about to do today.
This is completely unique.
Absolutely amazing. Well, it sounds good to me. Why don't you lot buckle up, watch us get wet, and get up close and personal with those dolphins. I always had this fascination, as I think most people probably have, with dolphins because, you know, I guess we've all been taught that they're similar to us. They're a mammal and they've got quite a high level of intelligence, and some of us have that and some of us don't. I don't know which I am, but I've always wanted to swim with dolphins. It's just one of those things, I think. They seem like an animal that's pretty cool to swim with. We're going to do it real close today. Well, this is what we came here for. We've just spotted the pod of dolphins. We're all piling into the net. We're tethered up. We've got all the advice we need and the experts with us. Let's go and talk to the dolphins.
Wow, this is really getting real. It's exciting. They're right below us.
When you get in the water and you got your head under there and you see these animals swimming alongside you, and actually gets the feeling that we're not here looking at the dolphins have turned up to look at us. They're inquisitive and they're coming up closer, and they're almost getting alongside you or getting in your face or trying to swim with us. It was just an experience that I've certainly never had before, but I'd certainly like to have it again. That was something else. Get yourself out here, get your head under the water and check those fellas out. Unreal.
I've got to say that it was the absolute highlight of my whole trip this time round. To get in the water and be amongst those fantastic dolphins swimming, like you could just reach out and touch them, and the water was so clear. And again, you know, the operators, Andrew and the team, they're just so passionate about what they do.
Well, they're still hanging around. It's like they actually want to come up to you. They want to be a part of what you're doing here. And you should be a part of what they're doing. Get out here at least once in your life and have a swim with these guys. 2 thumbs up. Well, folks, that's the end of today's episode, and it's the end of our journey from Dubbo through to Nelson Bay.
And it's all been brought to you thanks to our great mates at Galaxy Caravans, Lotus Caravans and G&S Chassis.
Make sure you come back and join us again next time as we show you
What's up, down under.
What's up, down under?